Hi children and viewers. In this video I am going to explain one of the most important topic in motion in plane chapter, that is projectile motion. In this video you are going to learn what is projectile and what is mean by projectile motion and what is the trajectory of a projectile. So children, this is a very important topic. This topic is very important for both competitive exams and for public examinations. That's why you have to watch the video without any skip and you have to watch the video up to last. Okay children, I am going to the topic. What is a projectile? When we call a body as a projectile, clear? Already children, in previous chapter we discussed freely falling body and vertically projected body. So generally when the body is falling from certain height, that should be considered as freely falling body. And if the body is projected vertically upward direction, in both cases, if you can take, this is the horizontal, how much angle it is there? 90 degrees. How much angle? 90 degrees. So that's why we will say this is vertically downward and this is vertically upward. So then what about a projectile? Projectile means if a body is projected into the air with certain angle other than 90 degrees, then the body will move in the path of parabola and reaches the ground, and it should be taken place with the help of or the influence of gravitational force. If a body is projected into the air by making some angle with the horizontal other than 90 degrees, under the influence of gravitational force, the body will reaches the ground in the path of parabola. Then that body is called projectile. Clear children? So I told you in previous chapter what is mean by frame of reference and what is mean by coordinate system. So generally x, y, z, that should be taken as coordinate system. If the coordinate system is attached to the one body, that should be explained with the help of the coordinate system. Clear? So frame of reference means, I told you clearly, one coordinate system can be used to explain the motion of the body. That is what we call children frame of reference. Frame of reference. Children, projectile motion must be explained by using some frame of reference. The coordinate system which can be used to explain the motion of the body, that should be called frame of reference. Clear children? So in this case what I am telling, so simply here projectile means children, projectile means here, this is the one coordinate system, two-dimensional here. At this point one body is projected into the air. One body is projected into the air with some angle. With some angle, and what is the condition? Theta is not equals to 90 degrees. Other than theta is equals to 90 degrees means, that means what? If theta is equals to 90, the body will be moves in the vertical motion. Clear? If a body is projected into the air with certain angle other than 90 degrees, then the body will reaches the ground in the path of parabola under the influence of gravitational force. Then that body is called projectile. If a body is projected into the air with certain angle other than 90 degrees, then the body will reaches the ground in the path of parabola. Under the influence of gravitational force. Once the body is entered into the air, that should be affected by the only gravitational force. That's why what we have to conclude, the body will reaches the ground in the path of parabola. Clear? Because of gravitational force. That type of body is called projectile. Clear, children? So projectile means, that is, if a body is projected into the air other than 90 degrees, then the body will reach the ground in the path of parabola. That phenomena what we call projectile motion, and that body is called projectile. Clear, children? So here in this case we have to prove that the projectile motion should be takes place in the path of parabola. Here the trajectory of projectile is parabola. Trajectory means what? The path followed by the projectile is called trajectory. Now in this video I am going to prove that projectile must be moves in the path of parabola, or the trajectory of projectile is parabola. Clear, children? So here up to now, children, we discussed what is a projectile, and tell me or just think about examples of a projectile. Clear? Any object that should be projected into the air with certain angle other than 90, that should be called a projectile. So in cricket match we will find out that once the batsman hits the ball, then the ball should be, after striking with the bat, the ball should be moves in the path of parabola. Clear? While playing a shuttle, then also the cock will move in the path of parabola. Once the bullet is coming from the gun, that means a bullet is fired from the gun, that should be also comes in the path of parabola. So that's why here the body which is makes some angle other than 90 degrees with the horizontal, that should be almost all a projectile. Clear? Shot put, while we are playing the shot put, you can throw the shot put like that, then also the path followed by the projectile. A shell fired from a gun, then it is also moves in the path of parabola. So all these are examples for projectile, children. So children, now we have to prove that the trajectory of, we have to prove now trajectory of projectile is parabola. So children, this is the most important question, 4 marks. Show what is a projectile. Trajectory of projectile is parabola. Show that trajectory of projectile is parabola. That is the question for you actually for 4 marks. Okay, children. Here now we have to prove that the path of the projectile is parabola. Children, here we are taking, see the two-dimensional motion of the projectile here. Children, at this point, at the origin, the body is projected into the air. Clear? In this direction with velocity u. So children, under the influence of gravitational force, the body will reaches the ground in this path. Clear, children? So that will be reaches at this point on the ground. So this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Children, I explained in one of the video resolution of vectors, how a vector can be divided into its component. I clearly explained in one video. I already uploaded. Up to now you didn't see that video. I will provide that particular video's link in this video description, so you must watch it. So children, according to the resolution of vectors, here what we have to say, at the starting point of the projectile, here it is projected into the air with velocity what? U. With velocity what? U. Clear? So now with respect, we have to say the velocity with respect of x-axis and y-axis. Children, the object is projected into the air in the plane of xy with velocity what? U. With velocity U. That's why here the velocity component along the x-axis ux and along the y-axis what? uy. So that means here at every point the velocity should be explained like this. That should be divided into the two components ux and uy. Clear? So that's why here what you have to say, this is ux and this is uy. So once the body is projected into the air with certain initial velocity is divided into two components. Horizontal component is ux and vertical component is uy. Clear, children? So here now again it will make some angle theta. The velocity vector will make some angle theta with the horizontal. Clear? Again what you have to say, according to the resolution of vectors from the triangle, what you have to say, sin theta is equals what, right, children? Sin theta is equals to what, right? Opposite side by hypotenuse. That means what? uy by u. That means what, right, children? uy is equals to u sin theta. Clear? uy is equals to u sin theta. Got my point, children? And next here from the same triangle cos theta is equals to what, right? Adjacent side by hypotenuse ux by u. That is means what? ux is equals to u cos theta. So in this way, children, we will find out the x component and y component of velocities. Got my point, children? At the point of projection, the projectile, the body is projected into the air with initial velocity u. According to the relation of vectors, the initial velocity should be divided into two components. Clear? Then in this case what I am telling, according to the relation of vectors, ux is the initial velocity along the x-axis horizontal and uy is the velocity with respect of y-axis. That's why here we have to write the values for again ux, horizontal component x and vertical component uy. For that we are taking the triangle should be like this. Here this is one right angle triangle. Then children, this is uy and this is ux. From that we are writing sin theta is equals to opposite side by hypotenuse. Sin theta is equals to uy by u, that is equals to uy is equals to u sin theta. And similarly cos theta is equals to ux by u, ux is equals to u cos theta. So this, children, in this way by using the relation of vectors concept, here we are writing horizontal component and vertical component should be like that. Okay, children. So here I am directly writing, children, let ux is what? Horizontal component ux is what? u cos theta, and vertical component uy is equals to u sin theta. This is the equation number 1, children. Clear? And what is theta here? Theta is angle made by the velocity vector with the horizontal axis. And children, in this case the motion should be explained like this. Clear? We have to explain the motion of the projectile with respect of x and y axis, children. That's why here, children, it is projected in this direction, but under the influence of gravitational force there should be comes like this. This is the with certain velocity, with certain force we projected the body in this direction. This is the direction of velocity. But what we know, when we are applied some force on the body will be moves in the direction of applied force. That's why it will be moves in this direction actually. This is the actual path. Actual path of the body must be moves in this direction. But after moving certain distance, that should be affected by the gravitational force. That's why after moving certain distance, its velocity is decreases. Its vertical velocity is decreases, and at particular one point the vertical velocity becomes zero. That particular height should be called maximum height. In projectile motion, at which point the vertical velocity becomes the vertical velocity component. That means here at this point, if you can draw the vectors like this, now this is the Vx and this is Vy. At this point here Vy is equals to 0, because if there is any value for Vy, that should be goes in upward direction, but there is no vertical velocity, there is only a horizontal velocity. That's why the body will be comes like this. Clear? So children, this is the direction of applied force, this is the actual path of the body, that must be moves in this direction, but it does not follows the direction, because after moving certain distance it should be affected by the gravitational force more. That's why its velocity decreases and becomes 0 at particular one point. At that particular point the vertical velocity is 0, but horizontal velocity not equals to 0. Due to that the body will comes in this direction. Clear children? So where we are getting the vertical velocity becomes 0, that particular point should be taken as from the horizontal axis, that is what? Maximum height. Maximum height. So after that children, that should be again coming like this. So in this way the projectile will be having motion. Clear children? So now we are going to find out the velocities and displacement with respect of x-axis and with respect of y-axis. So children, velocity of the body, velocity with respect to the x-axis, with respect to the x-axis. Children, we know that what we have equation v is equals to u plus at. V is equals to u plus at. So in this case I am going to write with respect of x-axis, with respect of x-axis. So Vx is equals to ux plus at. Clear? Vx is equals to ux plus at. Children, the motion along the horizontal direction, that means, for example, this is the object is moving along the horizontal direction at the same height, that means when the body is moving along the horizontal direction, the gravitational force should be applied the same force at every point, that means in horizontal direction the body will move with uniform velocity. Got my point children? In horizontal direction, here like this, in horizontal direction at every position the gravitational force should be same, here also same, then velocity of the body also same. When the body is moving with uniform velocity along the one particular axis, then its acceleration becomes 0, because children, all of you know what is a acceleration is equals to change in velocity by time. When the body is moving with the same velocity, there is no change in velocity. Change in velocity is 0, that means acceleration also 0. A is equals to what? Change in velocity by time. When the body is moving along the x-axis, there is no change in velocity, that's why acceleration is 0. Clear children? That's why here simply in this case children, what you have to write? Vx is equals to ux plus 0 into t. Clear children? In horizontal motion the gravitational force is same, that's why velocity also same. When the velocity is same, acceleration is 0. That's why Vx is equals to ux plus 0 into t. That means children here Vx is equals to what, right? Ux. Vx is equals to ux. And what is the ux value? I clearly explained. What is that? Ux is equals to u cos theta. Vx is equals to u cos theta. Clear? This is the velocity with respect of x-axis. And similarly here, now displacement along x-axis. Same again along x-axis. Okay children, We know that what is that? S is equals to ut plus of at square. This is the another equation of kinematic equation. S is equals to ut plus of at square. So displacement along the x-axis. That's why here I am going to write, instead of s, I am going to write x. Displacement in the x-axis what? X. X is equals to, u means what? I have to write ux into t plus of into a into t square. A into t square. Just now only I told you what's that? Acceleration is 0 in horizontal motion. That's why here 0 into t square. Clear, children? Displacement along the x-axis. Already we have s is equals to ut plus of a t square equation. In that we are going to substitute, instead of s what you have to write? X. U instead of u, ux, and instead of a, 0. Then what will, children? X is equals to ux into t. X is equals to ux into t, children. Then what you have to, children? X is equals to ux value is what? U cos theta. U cos theta into t. U cos theta into t. From that what will, children? T is equals to x by u cos theta. This is the expression for time now. T is equals to x by u cos theta. Clear, children? So this is the equation number. I am going to take that. Clear, children? And after that we have to find out the velocity and displacement with y-axis. With respect of x-axis we wrote that these two equations. Now we go for y-axis. So now velocity with respect to the y-axis. Clear, children? So again same thing, v is equals to u plus at. Instead of that what you have to write? V means what? Vy. U means uy, and plus minus g into t. Children, in vertical motion a is not equals to 0. A is not equals to 0 and a is equals to minus z. A is equals to minus z. I clearly explained in the previous chapter that how we can take the value of a in vertical motion of the body vertically up, and how we can take the g value while the body is freely falling. So that's why you have to say in vertical motion, what you have to say here, a is equals to minus g and acceleration is not equals to 0. That's why you have to a is equals to minus g. Clear? That's why, children, here in this case velocity with respect to y-axis we have to write v is equals to u plus at, and instead of v with respect of y-axis, that's why what you write, v is equals to vy and u is equals to uy and a is equals to minus g. Then what do we get, children? Vy is equals to uy minus gt. So this is the expression of the projectile with respect of y-axis. Expression for velocity for projectile in vertical motion. Clear, children? This is the horizontal velocity and this is the vertical velocity. Clear? Okay, children. Already I explained clearly, so we need some space. That's why I am erasing this. And children, now what we are going to find? We are going to find displacement along the y-axis. Previously, displacement along the x-axis. Now, displacement along y-axis. Again, children, what is the equation? S is equals to ut plus of at square. In this case, we are going to write, instead of s, what you have to write? In vertical motion, s is equals to y. Instead of u, uy t plus of into a means what you have to write? Minus z into t square. Now this is the equation number 2, children. Clear? Displacement along the y-axis, s is equals to ut plus of at square. In that equation, we are going to substitute s is equals to y, u means uy and a means minus g. Clear, children? This is equation number 2. Already, children, in equation number 1 we have expression for time. Now we have to substitute the value of time in equation number 2. In equation number 2 we are going to substitute. Then substitute here, y is equals to uy. Uy means what, children? U sin theta. U sin theta. U sin theta into t value is what? X by u cos theta. X by u cos theta minus half into plus of minus minus half into g into t square x by u cos theta whole square. Clear, children? In equation number 2 where we have t, there we have to substitute t is equals to x by u cos theta. Clear? Then we are going to write like this, u into, here I am going to write sin theta by cos theta, or u cancel. Sin theta by cos theta means what? Tan theta. Tan theta into x, or simply here I am going to write one more step, sin theta by cos theta, sin theta by cos theta into x minus half into g into x by u cos the whole square means x square by u square cos square theta. Clear? Simply what write, a by b whole square means what? A square by b square, like that. X by u cos the whole square means x square by u square cos square theta. Clear, children? So here now y is equals to sin theta by cos theta means what? Tan theta. Tan theta into x minus, so g by 2u square cos square theta into x square. Clear? Sin theta by cos theta is tan theta. Simply for our convenience we are writing g by 2u square cos square theta into x square. Okay, children? Now here we will take this term as a and this term as b. So this is a, small a, let this is small a and this is a small b. Then we will get, children, y is equals to ax minus bx square. Y is equals to ax minus bx square. Clear? In this equation tan theta should be taken as a, small a, and g by 2u square cos square theta is taken as b. Then y is equals to ax minus bx square. Children, this equation represents it is a parabolic equation, or simply this equation represents a parabola. Clear? Y is equals to ax minus bx square. That equation represents a parabola. That's why from that equation we have to conclude the trajectory of a projectile is parabola. Clear, children? Trajectory of a projectile is parabola. In this way we can prove that the path followed by the projectile is parabola. So children, so this is a very important question. That's why you have to watch once. Children, what is meant by projectile? If a body is projected into the air with certain angle other than 90 degrees, then the body will reach the ground in the path of parabola under the influence of gravitational force. That is what we call projectile. In projectile motion, the motion of the body should be explained with the help of a coordinate system. Clear, children? And a ball hit by the bat, a shuttlecock will hit by the shuttle bat, and a bullet fired from the gun, and all are the examples for projectile. Clear? And shot put also. And next, children, here now we have to prove that projectile motion is in the path of parabola, or the trajectory of projectile is parabola. For that, explanation is on board, it is there. Okay, children, we have to explain the motion of the projectile with respect of x and y axis. Children, this is the point of projection. From this point of projection, a body is projected into the air, then with velocity u. Then here the should be moves in this path. This is the actual path of the body, but under the influence of gravitational force it is coming like this. That's why it is projectile. Clear, children? According to the resolution of vectors, at any point the velocity of the body should be explained with respect of x-axis, y-axis. That's why the velocity is divided into two components. Like that, according to the relation of vectors, we will write expression for ux and uy. Initial velocity divided into two components. One is horizontal component ux and one is vertical component uy. Clear, children? So ux can be written as u cos theta and uy is taken as u sin theta, children. So I clearly explained in starting of the video. And next thing, children, now we want to write the velocity expression for velocity displacement with respect of x-axis and y-axis. So initially we go for x-axis. V is equals to u plus ad, it is there. Then in that time here v is equals to, we have to write vx and u is equals to ex and a is 0. In horizontal motion there is no change in velocity, that's why acceleration becomes 0. That's why what we get, children, vx is equals to ux. Then already ux value is there, u cos theta, that's why vx is equals to u cos theta. And after that, displacement along the x-axis. Already we have expression for displacement is what? S is equals to ed plus of at square. Then here, children, x is equals to ux into t plus of into 0 into t square. Because here s is equals to x, u is equals to x and a is 0. Then what do you get, children? X is equals to x into t and x is equals to ux means what? U cos theta, u cos theta t. Then we have expression for t is equals to x by u cos theta, that is taken as equation number 1. Similarly we go for y-axis. Velocity with respect of y-axis, then v is equals to u plus at. Here v means what? Vy and u means what? Uy and a is equals to minus g. Then what do you get? Velocity with respect of y-axis, vy is equals to uy minus gt. Children, these equations are very useful in any other competitive exams. That's why you have to remember all these things. Vy is equals to uy minus gt. And children, here now displacement along the y-axis. So x is equals to ut plus of at square, then y is equals to uyt plus of minus gt square. Same, s is equals to y, u is equals to uy, a is equals to minus g. Clear, children? That should be taken as equation number 2. After that, we have to substitute the value of equation number 1 in equation number 2. Then we are writing like this. U cancel, sin theta into x by cos theta. Here this is sin, children. This is sin theta. Sin theta into x by u cos theta. U cancel, of g into x by u cos theta whole square. Then what you have, children? Sin theta by cos theta into x minus of into g into x square by u square cos square theta. So we have to take sin theta by cos theta is tan theta and y is equal to tan theta into x minus g by 2u square cos square theta. So children, in that equation we have to take tan theta is equals to a and this is b. Then y is equals to ax minus bx square. So here this is the parabolic equation, show that the trajectory of projectile is parabola. So children, I hope you understand. If you can understand this video, just like, share, comment and subscribe my channel to get all the notifications to see all the videos. So we will meet in the next video with some other interesting topic. Bye, take care.